When it rains, it definitely pours, man. Stephanie White is back in the hot seat, dog. Now, there have been several videos coming out that various people have been posting showing Stephanie White at practice. Now, when practice first started up, after the CBA negotiations and stuff was over with, we was noticing something, a trend within Stephanie White. And to me, it looked like she wasn't coaching. Looked like she was just standing there clapping. Like a what? Cheerleader. That's what she was doing. It was a whole lot of her not coaching. Somebody who was coaching is the assistant coach.
What really sent this entire situation into overdrive wasn't even the practice footage itself. It was the reaction afterward. I went live expecting fans to talk about roster moves, preseason expectations, maybe even the chemistry between Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston. But almost immediately, the entire conversation shifted towards Stephanie White. That's when you know the pressure is getting dangerous. When fans stop talking about the players and start obsessing over the coach, it means confidence is collapsing fast. And right now, a growing portion of the Indiana Fever fan base looks genuinely worried about the direction of this team heading into one of the most important WNBA seasons ever.
Got 48 hours until we get to see what the Indiana Fever really is going to look like. We have not seen Lexi Hall, and I'm pretty sure that was a lot of Stephanie White idea. You know what? Maybe she should rest. We shouldn't play her. We didn't see Aaliyah Boston until Nigeria game, which was like child's play. They better come out not with 2 left feet, because I'm telling you right now, the whole season campaign is going to be fire Stephanie White. That is going to be the topic. I can almost guarantee you. There is no doubt in my mind. Caitlin Clark fans is pissed off with Stephanie White. Y'all want to know what happened yesterday? I went live.
The second those clips hit social media, the reaction was immediate. Fans weren't just casually criticizing the footage. They were analyzing every frame like it was game tape during the WNBA finals. People noticed assistant coaches actively correcting positioning, directing movement, and communicating with urgency, while Stephanie White appeared far more passive in comparison. Whether fair or unfair, perception matters in sports, especially when you're coaching a team built around the biggest star women's basketball has seen in years.
Yeah, there is no doubt in my mind. Caitlin Clark fans is pissed off with Stephanie White. Y'all want to know what happened yesterday? I went live yesterday, right? And instead of us mourning the loss of McConnell, no. People wanted to talk about Stephanie White. Stephanie White gotta go. This has to stop. Now, there was some footage from the Indiana Fever that was dropped by the admin yesterday. Now, why they dropping this footage, I have no clue whatsoever. One thing I can say, I think the Fever admins need to drop footage that caters more to the fans, because that's essentially why y'all dropping the footage. Is to,
and that's the moment where
hyped,
fans really started panicking, because this wasn't just some random preseason clip anymore. To a lot of people watching, it felt symbolic. It felt like a preview of bigger issues that could show up once the regular season starts. And when expectations are this high around Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever, even small moments suddenly become massive talking points across the WNBA world. The problem isn't that Stephanie White sounds supportive. Every coach should encourage their players. The issue is that fans expected to hear structure, intensity, and leadership. They wanted to hear adjustments being made in real time. They wanted to hear strategy. Instead, a lot of viewers walked away feeling like the organization released a polished PR clip instead of authentic basketball preparation. And in today's sports culture, fans can spot manufactured messaging instantly.
I'm telling you right now, this footage they dropped yesterday, oh my God. Guys, this is not it. This is not it at all, man. Let's pull it up right now and let me show y'all what the hell I'm talking about, because they in trouble. They're in a world of trouble. Now, this is the footage right here. Let me scroll down. We're going to go over this stuff here because they showed the final roster. So this is the clip. What's crazy about this clip? I missed this clip yesterday. This clip came out yesterday morning. It said, our coach allowed a supporter, Stephanie White, mic'd up.
Right now, the online reaction feels deeply divided, and that's what makes this story so explosive. One side believes fans are overreacting to harmless preseason footage. The other side believe these clips are exposing serious concerns about leadership, offensive identity, and player development before the season has even started. But regardless of which side people are on, one thing is undeniable. This conversation has completely taken over fever discourse online, and that's not the kind of attention the organization wanted heading into such a critical season. A lot of this fear comes from what fans witnessed last season. People watched stretches where the offense looked disconnected, where Caitlin Clark sometimes appeared off-ball for long periods, and where the overall rhythm never fully clicked consistently. So now, every preseason clip gets magnified because supporters are desperately searching for signs that this coaching staff truly understands how to maximize the generational talent. Fair or not, that anxiety is carrying over into the season in a major way.
Sound like a damn cheerleader. They gotta be, bruh, they playing. Evelyn DR said, why does it feel like the Fever are running a full PR campaign for Stephanie White instead of promoting the actual players people paid to see? Exactly. I'm sure she's a nice person, but she's not the franchise superstar, nor do fans pay to watch her. Fans are not stupid. Stop trying to force her on the fan base. We'll decide if she deserves support once we see the offense and how she...
This fan base is no longer operating with automatic trust. People are investing real money, real emotion, and real expectations into this team because of the explosion of interest surrounding Caitlin Clark and the current growth of the WNBA. That means fans are going to question every decision more aggressively than ever before, especially if the team struggles early. And this is where the situation becomes bigger than basketball. Fans are openly talking about reducing ticket purchases, skipping merchandise, and only supporting individual player brands instead of the organization itself. That's a dangerous trend for any franchise, especially at a time when the WNBA is experiencing historic momentum and unprecedented visibility around stars like Caitlin Clark.
Straight facts! Not personally care what Fever is doing with the promo anymore. We'll vote W with my wallet and treat them like how I treated my Lakers, not spending any more money than necessary. Since CC is still hated, we'll support her Nike, Panini line and nothing else. Evelyn DR said it. I understand last year I spent thousands. Damn, Evelyn said she spent thousands. Home games in Dallas, trips to Indy and New York merch, the All-Star game, all of it. This year.
What makes this entire situation so fascinating is how quickly the pressure has escalated around Stephanie White before the season has even officially begun. Usually coaches get a grace period. Usually fans wait for actual games before sounding alarms. But that is not happening here because the expectations surrounding Caitlin Clark have completely changed the environment around the Indiana Fever. Every practice clip, every substitution pattern, every interview quote, all of it is being dissected in real time by one of the most engaged fan bases the WNBA has ever seen.
To be all about her, she thinks we're stupid, and I've come across a few who are. Wow. Why are y'all hating on Stephanie White so much? CC isn't happy about what y'all doing. You do know Caitlin isn't happy about all these fans attacking Stephanie White. Now, that fan is absolutely right. At least I think. I can't definitively say that fan is right because we have to go off what we're seeing. Now, there has been clips of Caitlin Clark showing love to Stephanie White. Yes, there has been. But have there been a lot of...
And honestly, that pressure is only going to intensify once the regular season tips off. The upcoming matchup against the Dallas Wings suddenly feels much bigger than just another game on the schedule. Fans are treating it like an early referendum on the future of the franchise. They want to see pace. They want to see spacing. They want to see an offense built around Caitlin Clark's strengths instead of forcing her into passive stretches where she becomes just another player.
Caitlin Clark been speaking a little bit more aggressively in the media? I believe so. Then Caitlin Clark says the ball is always going to be in my hand. The game is always ran through me. Well, the test is going to come on Saturday because we heard Sophie Cunningham the other day. And Sophie let it be known to everyone. We're running plays for Kelsey Mitchell to get to that left side. So we go see Fact of the matter is, Stephanie White must be stopped. Get down in the comment section. Let me know y'all thoughts about this. Keep them bills on. And until next time, dog, shake the haters off. I'm out of here, baby.
That's the biggest fear driving this entire controversy right now. Supporters are terrified that the Fever could accidentally limit the very player who brought historic attention to the league in the first place. Caitlin Clark is not a normal rookie. She's a transformational athlete whose arrival has shifted television ratings, ticket sales, media coverage, and national conversation around the WNBA. So naturally, fans expect the organization to fully embrace her style of play instead of trying to contain it. And to be fair, some of these reactions may absolutely be exaggerated. It's preseason. Teams experiment. Coaches test lineups. Not every practice clip tells the full story. But perception matters when expectations reach this level. Once people begin questioning leadership publicly, every small detail becomes amplified online. That's exactly what is happening to Stephanie White right now. Then you add in comment from players like Sophie Cunningham discussing offensive sets for Kelsey Mitchell, and fans immediately start connecting dots. Suddenly the conversation becomes, where Caitlin Clark's touch is going to come from? Again, some of that concern may be premature, but it shows how emotionally invested this audience has become in the direction of the team. The Fever are operating under a completely different spotlight now. This is no longer a rebuilding franchise, quietly developing in the background. This team has become one of the central storylines in professional basketball because of Caitlin Clark's star power and the rapid growth of the WNBA. With that attention comes relentless scrutiny. And here's the reality most people inside sports organizations understand. Fans can tolerate losing far easier than they can tolerate confusion. If supporters see a clear vision, they'll stay patient. But when they feel mixed messaging, strange rotations, unclear offensive identity, or overly polished PR content instead of authentic transparency, frustration grows incredibly fast. That's why this backlash has exploded the way it has. It's not just about one practice video. It's about lingering fears from last season mixed with sky-high expectations for this season. Fans desperately want proof that the Fever are building something elite around Caitlin Clark instead of wasting a historic opportunity during one of the most important growth periods the WNBA has ever experienced. And now all eyes shift to the actual games. Because once the ball goes up, the speculation ends and the results begin. If the Fever come out aggressive, organized, and clearly structured around their superstar strengths, a lot of this criticism disappears overnight. Winning changes everything in sports. But if the offense looks stagnant, if the rotations feel questionable, if Caitlin Clark spends long stretches disconnected from the action, then this conversation is going to explode to another level entirely across sports media, YouTube, and social platforms. That's why the next few games feel enormous, not just for Stephanie White, but for the identity of the Indiana Fever moving forward. The expectations are championship level. The spotlight is national. And right now, the margin for error feels unbelievably small.